What's going on, guys? Caleb here, Caleb's Property Maintenance. Thank you so much for coming back for yet another video. I know, guys, I'm so sorry I have not spoken to you in quite some time. It's just been a really busy spring. I sort of feel like the horses coming out of the gate at the Kentucky Derby. You know, once you're let out of the gate, you're just off and running, and I feel like I've been going 100 miles an hour. But I finally found some time to talk to you guys. We're going to be doing our first fertilizer application. At the 100% organic lawn. So check it out, take a look at the lawn, see how it looks right now, and we're going to show you how it comes along. What we're going to be applying today, guys, is the Ringer Lawn Restore 1006 NPK analysis, and this bag covers 5,000 square feet, and I don't think all we're doing here is the front yard, so I don't think it's actually 5,000 square feet. I didn't actually measure it, but we'll just see where it goes. And the bag recommends spreader setting number 17 on the earthway. So that's what we got it at. Ignore that other stuff that's going on the spreader on the front there. Just pretend like you don't see it. So, all right, and now, for those of you beginners that have maybe never spread fertilizer in your life or don't know what you're doing at all, it's really pretty straightforward. You just have to keep a couple things in mind, and that is you want an even application as possible with a little slight overlap that makes sure that in turn makes sure you get an even application. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make a trim pass right along the edge of the lawn. Now your spreader should probably have something that's called an edge guard or something in some way where it can shut off the holes of the spreader, so that way it only shoots to the one side, and that way you can get a nice good edge right along the sidewalk. And then we're just going to go completely around the lawn, around all the edges, and then we're just going to go back and forth in the middle, and we're going to toss the fertilizer to the wheel marks of the previous pass, and you'll be good to go. Alright guys, let's get fertin', my favorite part. This will give us the clean edge here. Now I'm going to close open the edge guard, excuse me. That way we get the full broadcast, and here we go. Alright guys, the front is done. And as you can see, you just sort of have to envision what it would be like if you were putting like marking dye on the lawn so you can kind of see in your head where you've been. I know it's maybe a little tough for some of you guys, but you'll catch on. All right, now it's to the other side. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do another pass on the edge of their lawn. That way we get a nice domination line going. See, since it's organic, you can get away with that because, I mean, to a point, because you're not going to burn the lawn. So, checking here, got a little bit left in the spreader. I'm probably just going to spread it out over the middle of the yard again, and then that should be good. All right, there's just a little bit left, and I need to do the boulevard, so we'll knock that out. All right. Now for the boulevard here, because this is an earthway spreader, it actually has an edge guard for both sides, so you can choose either way that you want it to go. I'm gonna close both sides, so we just shoot straight down the middle, and then we should be able to get as little as possible onto the hard surface. Alright guys, on to the next location. What we're putting down here today is my favorite, the Pro Trust products. It's Turf Trust 24212 NPK numbers. This is not a common fertilizer, or I should say I haven't seen too many other people that are using it, but I really like it. It gives pretty good results. Feeds up to 13 weeks, which is nice. So, and this is a starter fertilizer, so you can check it out on protrustproducts.com, or I believe it's rosensonline.com, which is where I actually order this from. So if you order $75 or more, you get free shipping, so I always order 75 or more. So. Alright guys, we are going to get to putting this down. Same thing as the Ringer Lawn Restore. We're doing the exact same nice trim pass all the way around, and then back and forth throwing back to the wheel mark. So not too complicated, let's get going. We're going perfect. as you can see, guys, for the walking speed too, I'm putting some power in my step. We'll say that. Keep in mind, guys, this is a synthetic fertilizer, so you can't do what I did at the previous lawn. Just not gonna work, so. Okay guys, on to the third location here. Got turf truss going down again. And this is personally probably one of my favorite yards. This is actually year 2 on the fertilizer. I actually started my first application was in the late fall, like early December of 2017. So just before 2018 was my first application. And this, let me tell you, most of that fertilizer was not taken up that fall. It was taken up in the early spring, and the lawn just popped into shape like you couldn't imagine. I wish I had it on video. Anyway, I can't stress this enough though. Really, the most important thing is not the fertilizer, it's the mowing practice. We're gonna get into some mowing talk. Hopefully, I can sort of do mowing talk Mondays. How about that, where we talk all about mowing each and, well, I don't know if it'll be every week, but as I have the time, we'll be talking about mowing on Mondays, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get to spreading. Same routine as before. Edge pass, and then throw it back to the tire mark of the previous pass, and we'll be good to go. done. Now throwing back to the previous wheel mark. We're done. Remember guys, with synthetic fertilizer, less is always more. Less is always better. Remember to shut gates too. But less is always more. So, because I'm gonna tell you guys a little story that happened to me when I first started doing fertilizer. It was just at my parents' house, no big deal, so not too bad. But anyway, at the time we had been using Scott's, and well, I won't share my mind about that, but anyway, I put down the application in the front yard and in the backyard too, but in the front yard, and well, I put too much down because, you know, more is always better, and well, it burned part of it, and it did come back. We didn't seed it or anything, but the grass did come back, but it definitely was looking bad for some time. So just keep that in mind. Less is always better, and you can't go wrong with less, but you can definitely go wrong with more. So this yard is done. But man, boy does this yard need a spring cleanup though, let me tell you. So, alright, we're done, we're out of here, let's go. Alright guys, one last tip I can give for you guys today is to make sure that you wash out your spreader when you're done applying the fertilizer, and make sure you especially take note of the impeller. We want to make sure that stays as clean as possible. That way it evenly disperses the fertilizer as much as possible. So that's my last tip for you guys. Sorry I didn't show you guys that, but that's my last tip. And in conclusion here, I want to impress 3 points upon you guys to remember. If you can remember these 3 things. The first thing is always throw back to the wheel mark of the previous pass when you're applying the fertilizer. Number 2 is to remember that nothing is going to be perfect, so even if you try as hard as possible to be perfect, nothing is ever going to be perfect. And number 3 is mowing is the most important thing you can do, and we're going to be talking about that here on Mondays in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can hear all about that. And wow, it's a noisy motorcycle. And thanks so much for watching my videos, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next one outside.